Hello guys, once again this is Mr. Ngosi. Today I want us to look at isometric. So I want us to look at these two given views which we are being asked to draw them isometrically. So the very first thing that you have to do is to check and analyze the diagrams that you are given, analyze those views that you are given. So for instance, here we are given two views and you must give them names. So the first one, actually how do you analyze them? We'll firstly check the symbol. So we've got two different types of symbol. We've got the first angle orthographic projection symbol as well as the third angle orthographic projection symbol. So in this case we are given these two primary views in according to first angle orthographic projection. So which means this is the front view, this is the left view according to first angle orthographic projection. So the question we are asked to draw this in isometric N3. Isometric N3. So you know the very first thing that you have to do in isometric N3, you must construct a suitable isometric scale. Remember, we've got various different types of scale in engineering drawing. We've got a scale of 1:1, which is the nominal scale. We've got a scale of 1:2, which is the reduction scale. We've got a scale of 2:1, which is the which is the enlargement scale. But in this case N3, we don't use those scales. We must construct a suitable isometric scale. So let's start. Right, firstly get your reference line. So I'll decide to start here. Remember, you are drawing the isometric scale. So you know in isometric we use a 60-30 set square. So from this point I'll open angle 30 anti-clockwise like this thing. Then you bring a 45 degrees again from the same point. You get this line from the same point. So which means this point is going to be your R, stand for reference. So we'll be referring everything from this point. So from point R in the line of 45, not in the line of 30. Both of these angles are anti-clockwise. Can't you see? This was opening like this, which means it's anti. Even this one is anti-clockwise. So in the line of 45 degrees, you must measure 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter till way. Come back to to your given question. You come back to your views. You read the biggest dimension. The biggest dimension there, the biggest dimension is 100 millimeter. We do not have another one that is above that. So which means from your R, 10 up until these 10 of yours, they are 100, or they can be 110 or 120. But remember, you must always try by all means to save time. So you cannot make the 10 up until to 200. It's not necessary, you understand. But again, you cannot make them less than less than 100, because the biggest actually that want to get here is 100 millimeter. So let's do that. Start 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 millimeter. Then I can stop. Even if I can say 110, I'm still okay. You understand? So I've started at reference. I didn't say 10. I then say 0, 10. You understand? Let me quote that. Alright, sorry. Unfortunately, I'm not getting my engineering textbook N3, which means I left it in the school. But alright, it's okay. you'll check that. If you've got a textbook, check that. So I will then say 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. So it's not necessary to go to 120. You understand? You understand? So from there, what is necessary, or what is the second step? So you project this point from the line of 45 degrees vertically down to what, to the line of 30 anti-clockwise, like that. We started with 0, we go to 10. Remember, there are marks to do this. There are marks to do this. You cannot just start to draw your isometric without this. They will even mark you wrong. No matter how nice, accurate, looking good your isometric might look like, without this, they will be like, here, where did you draw this from? So student, they will draw this on a separate paper. You understand? They will draw this on the separate paper. When now they are submitting their work, they submit the drawing which they've drew without this. It is not a right thing. It is incorrect. Answer the question. The question was like, construct a suitable isometric scale and draw an isometric block, which is this one. So having done this, you're already given what, 2 marks. It's yours already. So now to start. So let's start. You know your starting point. In whenever you draw an isometric, you firstly draw a faint horizontal line, and you bisect it faint, remember. So where they are bisecting each other, it's my point. So I'll open angle 30 anti-clockwise from that point. Here we go. And angle 30 from the very same point, angle 30 clockwise. Here we go. So that's how we start to draw an isometric. Then from there, you come back to your given views. You come back to your given views to check that I'm actually given the front and the left. What is that supposed to tell me? It's supposed to tell me that from this angle, from this part, which means I must put what? The front view, which means I must position the front view. Then the left, which is this one, so it has to be positioned from this elevation. What is that supposed to tell me? That every dimension that I see on the front view, every dimension that I see on the front view, I must be recording them at this portion, or at this elevation. Again, all the dimensions that I'm seeing on my left view, I must be dealing them on what, on this portion, or on this elevation. What? Okay, yeah, what separate left from right? Yeah, what separate left from right is this vertical line of ours. Remember, on the given views, we do not have a right view. Why? Because these two views, they were given in first angle orthographic projection. So according to first angle orthographic projection, we do not talk about right, unless it's third angle orthographic projection. Are we together on there? So let's go. Okay, I will start with the dimension 40. Measure 40 from here going this side. Measure this 40, dimension 40 from there. From this point from here till here, measure dimension 40. But remember, the 40 has to be converted to the what? To the scale. So every dimension you take them from the given views, you convert them to your scale, then you draw them. Then you correlate them. How? Let me show. I see a 40, so how do I convert 40 to the from the isometric scale? You place your compass or your divider along the line of what? Of 60 degrees. This is 45 degrees, isn't it? Along the line of 60. So now we are converting. Place it at 0. We're looking for 40. There is my 40. If you read, it's now converted. It won't be the what? Exact 40. You see, it's 35.5. So 0, open it to 40. So now I come mark from here. There is my 40. After 40, I've got what? 60. 60, 40, further extended to 60. There is my 60. You can use your compass or your divider. Remember, still on the same thing. You must try to be accurate. There is my 60. After 60, there is what? There is 40. There is 40. The dimension I am talking about are these ones. These ones. 40, 60, 40. Now converted to the scale. From here till here is 40. From here till here. Now converted to the scale. From here till here 40. From here till here 40. From here till here 60. From here till here 40. Then what do you do with that? Take this point vertically up. Vertically up. Faint. Then after that, what do you do? We are given a radius 40. So we've dealt with 40, 60, 40. Then after that, which means from there till there is the addition of these 240 plus the 60, isn't it? Now let's deal with what? With the radius 45. Remember, the same radius 45 has to be what? Has to be converted to the scale. So now you're going to measure from this point going up 45. It's still the same thing, whether from here going up 45 or from here till there 45. It's still one and the same. Where is your 45? 45 is between 50 and 40. So we've got a 10, isn't it? So between there is the 5. So the 5, 45, 45. Also construct it vertically down like this. So after that, what do? You come, you place your compass or your divider at 0 along the line of 60, remember, then further extend it to what? To 45. Then after that, you symbol from this point, there is my 45. Then after that, after you've marked this 45 of yours, construct a faint line, because this 45 actually is your center, isn't it? Just construct a faint line like this at the moment. Then after that, what do you do? What do you do? Come back to your given views. Analyze. I do not know, seems to be missing from here till there. I don't know the dimension. But from here till there is 45. So from here till there is 45. From here till there is 45. So what is that supposed to tell me? Supposed to simply tell me Uguti, which means again from here till there I must do the very same what? 45. There is my 45. I was even pointing it. So there is my what? Is my 45. So which means there I can then put the what? The vertical center. I can put the vertical center. Then from there, I will start to what? To draw the small diameter. You will be advisable to draw the the small diameter, put the horizontal center. Remember, these centers now, both of them, they are in the horizontal one is in the angle of 30 degrees anti-clockwise. So now draw the small center here. The small diameter is diameter what? Come back to your given views. Is diameter 50. Is diameter 50. Remember this diameter as well has to be converted to a scale. We want to draw diameter 50. Remember, how do you draw diameter? We must get the radius. So 50 divided by 2 is 25. Do you have 25 here? We do not have, but we know that 25 is between 20 and 30. Come and get it. 20, 30. There is my what? 25. 25 is the half of 50. Construct it. Don't just mark, construct it. Remember, you are answering a question to somebody who doesn't know. So open your compass to what? To 25. That's your radius. Then from there, you come, place it here. Strike an arc here. Strike an arc here. Strike an arc here. And strike an arc here. So that's where majority of students they are missing it. So now construct a faint small lines like this. It's like we are creating a box that will be at an angle of 30 degrees anti-clockwise. Vertical again here. So which means I must come back to further extend this one. And there we go. So I can erase these ones. I don't need them anymore before they confuse me. Are we together? Then from there, what is expected from you? What is expected? Alright, I was trying to adjust my camera so that you see very well. So we've got 4, let's continue. We've got 4 corners. If you check very well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 centers again. So along these corners, we've got centers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. These are corners. It's a square, isn't it? It has got 4 what corners. We've got a center 1, center 2, center 3, center 4. So this center is the center of this corner and this one. This center is the corner, or is the center of this corner and this one and this one. You understand? So the law, it says join the 2 longest opposite. Join the 2 longest opposite corner, and the time when you are joining the 2 longest opposite corner, your line, it must pass exactly this this point where these 2 centers are perpendicular to each other at an angle of 30 degrees anti-clockwise. So you must understand the word opposite. This corner and this one, you cannot say they're opposite to each other, but they're in the what? Same line. This point, corner point, and this corner point, they are also not what opposite to each other, but they're in the what? Same line. But this one and this one, they are opposite to each other. This one and this one, they're opposite to each other. So you must check which one are opposite to each other and longer than the other one. So if I join this one and this one, yes, they're opposite to each other, but they are not longer than these 2. So it says join the 2 longest opposite corner. Using the 30mm ruler is not in an angle. So here we go. And remember, they said it must pass the point where your 2 centers are perpendicular to each other at an angle of 30 degrees anti-clockwise. So we've joined the two longest opposite corner. If we were to join these ones, yes, they are opposite but not longer than the other one, you understand? So faint. Remember, at the end of the day, we want to draw a diameter 50. Then now, join the corner to center, center to corner. And these two lines of yours, they must be parallel to each other. This is a corner, center. You cannot say you're joining this one, and you cannot say you're joining this and this. This is a center to center. This is the corner to corner. This is the center to center. It says join the two longest, we've passed there. Join the corner to center, center to corner. How? Start with this one. Even if you start with this one, it's the same thing. Corner to center. Faint. I hope you see my faint lines, because these are constructional lines. They must be faint. You understand? We've joined corner to center. Now join center, center to corner. We've joined corner to center, right? Corner to center point to a corner point. Are we together? We firstly created these points. How did you go to them? Let me just go back a little bit. We want to join, want to draw diameter 50 at an angle of 30 degrees anti-clockwise on these centers. Are we together? So how do you draw diameter 50? You must get the radius of 25, isn't it? After that, we place here from here till the 25, 25, 25, 25. Then we constructed these lines. This is at an angle of 30, angle of 30. This one vertical, isn't it? So we firstly got this square point. Then from there, then from there we join the two longest opposite corner. And this line, it has to pass your point where these two centers, they are perpendicular to each other at an angle of 30 degrees. Then from there, we join a corner to center point to a corner. Then when we were joining this corner to center to corner, these two lines, do you see that they are parallel to each other? And the time we're joining them, the longest line of ours, the longest corner to corner opposite to each other line, it was cutted. It becomes your point. There is your point. There is your point. What do you do with that? That's where you're supposed to what? Place your compass. Take your drawing compass, place it there, further extend it to your center. Are we together? Then you draw. You stop from a center corner to a center point. Center point to a center point, you stop. Then from there, you come back, you do the same thing. There you go. Then from there, now, remember, where were you placing your compass? Along the longest line, corner to corner, longest opposite line, and the corner to center line, where they're cutting each other is your point. Now, to close this side, you place your compass at this point, further extended to 2. Yeah? You are now drawing it dark. Then to close it down, you come and place it here. Done. Then if you were not accurate the time you were creating this square, so you'll find that when you are placing your compass here, now your line, it should be going somewhere, which is incorrect, which means you were not accurate. Are we together? Then from there, what do? We've got a radius of what? Of 45. Diameter 50, we've drew that one. Diameter 50, we've drew that one. So now from the very same center, we are told that this is what? This is radius 45. And radius 45, we do not divide it by 2. Remember, it's radius. Radius, we treat it exactly as dimension. So radius 45, it has to be converted to a scale. Has to converted to a scale, which is what we have done there. So what do you do with that? So 45 from here till there, 45, remember, from there till there, 45. So you must pretend as if you are creating a square again. There is my 45. A square, as if you want to draw, strike an arc there, which means I must extend this vertical center line of mine again there. You must pretend as if you are drawing a full cycle. Remember, it's radius. So a radius, we got radius from what? From a diameter, isn't it? So that is why I will have to be like I was drawing a full cycle like this one. But remember, I'm just looking for an arc that would be like this. So here we go. Because because actually the trick of this isometric is just lying here. Then after you're done with this one, the rest is just N1, N2 stuff. So further extend this one. Come back here. So this is what we have. Let me my camera. Yes, I hope now you see. So can't you see, Uti? Now we are having corner 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what actually we are repeating what we did here, but now into a what? Into a bigger a square. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Center 1, center 2, center 3, center 4. We are repeating what we did there. So the second step, what do you have to do? Join the two longest opposite corner. If you check very well, it's good as if we are just extending this line. Why? Because of these two, they are sharing the same what reference point. Are we together? Then from there, corner to center, center to corner. Remember, you are now using the what? The bigger scale, the bigger square. There we go. Center, sorry, corner to center, center to corner. There we go. It's not clear. Let me try to make it clear. There we go. I hope you see my faint lines, because I'm drawing in the night. That's where I'm getting time. So now remember, we do not need this point that much. We do not need this one at all, because we are not getting an arc like this. Remember, it's just up. We'll go back to our given question. So now we need an arc that would be like this. Remember, how did you draw this arc? Where were you placing your compass the time? Because the arc that we are drawing here is supposed to be parallel to this one, but a little bit bigger, isn't it? Because of the what? Of the square, they are not equal. So this is the smaller one, this is the bigger one. But these two, they must be parallel. Where were you placing your compass the time you throw this? You are placing it here. So we want an arc that will start from here till there. So which means you must place your compass there. Place your compass here. Further extend it to this center. Before you draw, you double check so you can draw dark like this. Then from there, this one, just draw it a little bit faint, because you don't know what's happening at this moment. You place your compass here. Draw it faint for now. Faint for now. Then from there, let's go back to our given question. This is what we are given. So from here Going up, it's a what? It's a straight line vertically. So which means from here going up, it's going to be a straight vertical line. How? Let's do it. Remember, its diameter is dimension 100. It's dimension 100. From there going up, it's dimension 100. 100 converted to a scale, place it at 0, further extended to 100. There is my 100. There is my 100. Then from there I place it here, converted 100. I mark there. I mark there where, so which means let me make it clear there. So where my 100 ends, put this angle, faint, and this one. Let me put my camera like this. Then from there, from here till there is 100 millimeter. From here till there is 100 millimeter, which means without fear or favor, I can now draw it down. All right, you have to construct this faint. Remember, let's go back to our given question. So remember, as we started with what seems to be challenging, so the rest is just corners. So we started with this, and we've gotten this, we've gotten that. From here till the 100, and let's come back to our left view. So you see that from here till there is 60, and from there till there is 40. So from here till there, you must get rid of that. So from here till there, you must get rid of that. So you're going to say 60 minus 40, which is 20, divide by 2, because of the center is 10, which means from there till there is 10, from there till there is 10. So the 100 that we've gotten into our drawing is actually from here till there. I was like, let me explain that, because from here till there is that 100 that we've gotten, but remember, it's still is ending there, isn't it? So which means you must go back with what? With 30. From here till there, 30 converted to an isometric scale. Then from there you take it to your drawing. So from here till there is 100. From there going back 30. This is my 30. From 0 to 30. Converted to an isometric scale. From there, take it to, from there I come to mark 30. Then from there, what do? Take this 30, take this 30 like this, faint. So from there till there is that 10 millimeter that you'll get, that you got when you are saying 60 minus 40. So it's 10 millimeter. Get the 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter. Because your pencil lead has to be shorter than your pointing, your compass point. From there, place it here. You see, I'm trying to be very slow. 10. From here till there is 30, isn't it? Come to mark 10. So where your 10, you mark, draw a vertical faint line, remember, and a vertical horizontal line at an angle of 30 degrees anti-clockwise. So you can come back to extend this one. You understand? So which means without fear or favor now, I can draw this one dark. And this one dark. From here till here. And join this one dark. From here till there. You understand? You understand? Then from there, going this side, I can measure what 60, which is this one from there till there. So we've gotten this point from there till there, from there till there. We've gotten that 30 from there till there, 60, but converted to a what? A scale, remember. Every dimension has to be converted to a scale. Then this is my 60, and then I come and mark here. So I can draw this one dark. Without fear or favor, I know this one is supposed to be dark. And this one faint. And this one faint. So I can erase this one. I can erase this one. The one I started with is actually exposing the bottom part, which is not necessary. You understand? So I can come back to say from here till here is 40 millimeter, which is this one from our given views. But remember, the 40 converted to the what, to isometric scale. These 40 are the one that we started with, if you still remember. Converted to the, so this is my 40. I mark. After 40 is 60. This 60, which is what I just have here, I can get it right from here. This 60, then from here 60. After 60 is another what? 40. There is my 40. So without fear or favor, I'll know what here is dark. Because you mustn't construct almost everything in faint, because you will end up confusing yourself. You will end up confusing yourself. Construct few points, draw them dark. Construct few points, draw them dark. Because the more you draw them dark, you'll be getting a light. Now, without fear or favor, I know what I'll have. Okay, yeah, I can construct it faint for now, because you see it's not close there yet. But here, dark, I know. Dark from here till there. Dark from here till there. You see, it's simple now. That is why I was like, we've started with what seems to be challenging. Dark here. Dark from here till there. So I can come back to draw it dark here. From there, what is happening? So you can come to take this point faint at the moment, because you don't know it will be dark till where, isn't it? So you come construct this one dark from here till there. Dark from here till there. Are we together? This line, this one, is what? Is this one from your given view. Is this one. You understand? Is this one. So now let's continue. From there, construct this one faint. Construct this one dark. Then you come back to draw this one dark. Then from there, let's see what is happening from there. Complete it here first. We are told Uguti from here going down is what is 20 millimeter. So 20 millimeter, 0, 20 come. From here till there is 20. Then from there I construct it faint. Then angle 60, dark from here. That fear or favor. There you go. There you go. Then from there, you come the thickness of this one, which is 60 converted to a scale, place it here, then you mark here, then you complete it like this. You understand? So this line that is in there, it won't be exposed. Again, this one, it won't be exposed unless you draw it freehandly. Hidden detail. So let's complete it here. How? Like this. Now I join this point dark from here, because from here till there is the same as that one there. So dark like this. So which means I must come back to draw this one dark. Where I was placing my compass here, dark. So it has got a thickness of 40, which is this one, still the same thing, 40. Where was I placing my compass from here till there? And again, I can measure the same 40 from here till there. Let me check. Then you are through. So thank you for watching. But it's not completely, you must also double check whether this thickness, it will be shown there. So the thickness is 40, because this one is supposed to be with a thickness. Let's see, is it going to be shown? So where we're placing our compass, the time we drew this arc here. So you take this point a little bit back with a thickness of 40. From here till there, I can strike an arc here. Then you come further extend this one. So you are placing a compass here the time you drew this arc, isn't it? So come record that. So now the thickness of 40, which means from there till there is 40. That's where I'm supposed to place my compass. So do you see that? So the thickness here, it won't be seen. So it's like this. So thank you for watching. This is Mr. Nkosi. That was engineering drawing. Thank you. Good night. Good luck for Friday. You are writing engineering drawing on Friday. So good luck, ladies and gentlemen. I think you can draw another question, Menier. If I've got time, I'll attend you. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and share the channel to your fellow student. I thank you.